Good afternoon, everybody. Thanks for joining us. My name is Trevor Hall. I am the host and producer of the Mining Stock Daily podcast. We are a daily content provider of news every morning pre market out of the junior exploration and mining sector. Quick news briefing of important news out of the market that morning to provide to our listeners. You can visit us miningstockdaily.com for more information. As we all know, it's been a pretty exciting run for precious metals the last couple of weeks and last couple of months. We can really make the argument that this bull run started years ago, and we have finally surpassed the all-time highs in gold and creating new highs. We were creating new highs until this recent pullback on Friday, and a little bit of a consolidation and market trying to figure out what to do with gold today on Monday. But what I think what's really pertinent on top of my mind is we've had a great move. Obviously, there's things are jubilant. We've seen a lot of capital flow into the junior sector. Producers are typically finding really great margins as the financials are being published for Q2. It still remains undervalued in the overall market scheme of things. So what I'm really interested in, because we've had this big move, is where can we find some support? Where can we pull back to and figure out where the supporting line is? And I think that that needs to be made because when it comes to people who are in later stage development for miners, obviously a lot of companies have published sensitivity tables so they can make a pretty good estimation of, based on a certain price of the metal, what their uh, what their calculations and their valuations might look like at those certain levels. However, we're not. You can use those sensitivity tables, but what we haven't seen is a lot of real technical papers out there saying, with a base case of $1,800 gold or $1,900 gold. I mean, these are all jubilant estimations, but we need to see really where support might be for the yellow metal going forward. If what's interesting looking at the gold chart is because we moved so high so quickly, and even in the last 2 days of a little bit of pullback and trying to make a decision on what to do, we still haven't even gone and touched the 10-day moving average on the futures contracts, which is really interesting. Um, It'd be interesting to see what happens if we come back down to that 10-day moving average. And right now, what I'm seeing is it's the 50-day moving average of gold is sitting just about at the $1,800 level, where we did see some consolidation and support before we started this big leg higher above $2,000. So it might be interesting to see if we do come down, if there is a pullback, if that $1,800 level will indeed provide further support. I believe that there's enough in there that it very well could be, and it'd have to be a pretty major catalyst, and probably the dollar would have to have a really nice move higher in order for that $1,800 level for gold to kind of get wiped out and move lower than that. That's just kind of my thought. So any sort of pullback, I believe, is going to be a healthy pullback. I think it's going to take a big catalyst, big news event. It's really going to push the dollar even higher to make gold kind of lose those gains in the long. I don't see that happening, especially given the political climate we have going on here in the United States. So those are some of my thoughts. The other thing I wanted to hit on was that we also, with this big run up in precious metals, we saw a lot of capital moving into the junior exploration market. We saw new companies coming on board, no problems becoming financed. Multi millions of dollars of broker deals coming through the books, which is great for the market. Obviously, we saw them really move up. Now, the junior market did get a little frothy. Again, similar to gold, I wouldn't mind seeing some sort of a pullback to see, where these companies, where those share prices might like to sit. not only will we get a better idea of the healthiness of this market, but we'll also give more people an opportunity to come in and start building positions. Uh, after a little bit of a pullback and some consolidation. Overall, long term, still going to be a great market. My only concern is trying to be as cautious as I can. There was a big move the last couple months. It's exciting, is fun, it's jubilant, but the savvy investors out there and savvy speculators know when to take their profit. I think we're seeing that right now. We maybe be seeing the beginning of a little bit of a consolidation and pullback all around. I think it's a healthy move and will help build the case and the floor for the next move higher in the long run. You can always email me with any questions, Trevor at clearcreekdigital.com. Thank you so much and have yourselves a wonderful day.